Ten of Wands in reverse. The World, the High Priestess. You made it. You made it to the end. The burdens are over. You can let it all down. And what did you find? That the end is not a place. That this isn't a journey to be completed. You're whole, complete, lovable, right here, right now. There's nowhere else that you got to be. You can drop the burdens of thinking that you need to be better than you are right now. How do you know this? The High Priestess. There's a voice inside of you. It speaks to you in whispers and dreams and songs and nudges and feathers, birds, little children. The High Priestess has a network of information that she's able to tap into to guide her. And you've been tapping into that. And what it told you was you're free. You completed all the lessons, nothing more to learn. It's time to move on to something new. And you're moving on without all the heaviness. You're moving on without the baggage. Crossing that, we got the Star. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not comfortable being the star. You don't want to be the main character in your own life. Too bad. Spirit's saying too bad. The Chariot, Queen of Swords, and Six of Cups. Queen of Swords is saying, I don't care how you feel about this change. Six of Cups, there was a lot of work done in the past to get you to this point. And that they want you to be comfortable in the light because you don't have the option to go back asleep. You don't have the option to hide out in the dark. Why? You think the High Priestess that got you to this point is going to let you pretend that you are less than any longer? She's not. Everybody thinks they want to tap into the High Priestess until the High Priestess holds them accountable. Until the High Priestess, I mean, she's well intended, but she's not going to sugarcoat it. She's going to handle you gently, but not with kid gloves, because you're not a kid, right? Look, the stuff that your soul came here to heal most likely is a result of stuff that you got when you were very young. And I'm sorry that those things happen to you. It's not your fault that those things happen to you, but at this stage of the game, it's your fault to, it's not your fault. At this stage of the game, it is your responsibility to unwind those things, to unpack those things, to reprogram those things. And as you go through cycles of doing that, every cycle is going to ask you to step in further and further into the light, into being the star, into being the main character of your life. And you're going to encounter old energy from the past, old ways of being that try to just keep you back from fully being you. And you're going to have to be a little Queen of Swords with that energy. You're going to have to be the director of your show, of the mind space, saying, no, we don't live back there. We're going in this direction. Do I want to pull a card from the past? Because it has the potential, whenever we look at the past, of going down that timeline. And every time you revisit an old timeline, there is the potential of it lowering your vibration. So when you do, be very mindful of what your intent is and how long you're going to stay there. Okay? In the recent past, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this isn't bad. Sorry. I got real serious there because I thought it was going to be deeper. Thought it was going to be painful. Not too painful. Not at all, actually. Just right. Just the right amount. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. In the recent past, you chose something new. You chose a new idea, a new business. You took a new job. Um, this feels like it was a long time coming, that you really were waiting for this thing to come into fruition. And you were told to just be a little more patient. Two of Pentacles, there were some things that were getting rearranged. There were some things that needed to be taken off your plate in order for this to happen. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. In the past, what they're showing is that you were really busy with a lot of things, but none of those things really were working towards what you actually wanted. Like, you were putting yourself in situations where you were telling yourself you couldn't have time to do those things. Miss Molly stopped by. And that needed, your priorities, I guess, needed to get rearranged. Ten of Cups in reverse. Part of that rearrangement was the understanding that what you thought was going to make you happy didn't make you happy. That this feels like connections, that connections, they're just saying the milk went sour. Moving on. Near future. Page of Wands, flippy floppy Page of Wands. Let's try something new. No, I've never done that before, but I think I'd like it. Sure, why not? In the near future, you're going to have this a little more carefree, childlike spirit where you're willing to look a little foolish. You're willing to not be good at something at first. Um, it just feels like you're letting loose. They're saying foot loose and fancy free. Your focus right now, Eight of Cups in reverse. The focus is no longer what you're leaving behind. The focus is what you're going towards. There's this flip where your mind space, it would look at all the things that you had left behind. It would look at the things that are no longer and feel this bit of heaviness about it. And in reverse is saying you got laser focus ahead, that you're you're grateful for what was left behind because you feel so much lighter because you're not carrying it. And you have the conscious awareness that in the mind space, because you've left it behind, you've opened up this space of expansion where all these new ideas can come in. In the underlying, we've got Ace of Cups in reverse, the Wheel in reverse, Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. What is occurring in the underlying, in the subconscious, is the belief regarding Pentacles, regarding your destiny, regarding your ability to create Ten of Pentacles for yourself. This feels like generational scripting of they're never going to be enough, that it's always somebody else that's successful and wealthy, that it's never actually going to be your turn. Or it's like they're showing me this clear divide between haves and the have-nots. And from the subconscious mind, there's this rewiring happening of, but why not you? Why can't you also be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful? That in witnessing other people, you're seeing, yeah, that's totally a possibility. So of course it's a possibility for you if it's a possibility for another. You're viewing yourself, the lovers. The lovers, I don't know why I said it like that. The lovers. Um, it feels like you are feeling good within choice. That there was fear in making choice before, like fear of making the wrong choice, and so you hesitated, you ruminated, you dragged your feet, and you started making more decisions, more choices, and it feels really good. It feels like you're stepping into your power. It feels like you're creating. And you aren't. You're not in control of the situation, but your um clear, concise energy is controlling how you feel within it. Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with that. It's a return of what you've put out, and it's a reflection of your worth. That in your choices, you're seeing how your value increases as you decided about yourself, as you decide that about yourself. That people are treating you differently as you treat you differently. Surrounding, we've got Queen of Pentacles in reverse. In there, in your surroundings, you do have someone a little jealous. You have someone feeling that's not fair. I should have that. Why does she get that? Queen of Pentacles in reverse is someone that associates their power with what they have. And they're accustomed to getting what they want by using the pentacles that they have. And they're witnessing you get what you desire without using pentacles. And it doesn't seem fair. They perceive as well that you're not working as hard as them. Hmm. Hopes and fears, the devil, the moon, the Five of Wands. Well, of course there's going to be competition. Of course you're going to have to show up. Of course you're going to have to put in the effort. But the biggest obstacle, your own shadow. What's going on underneath the surface? Your own habits, addictions, compulsions, hopes and fears. The subconscious mind is telling you that it's going to be too hard because of something out there, because somebody else is going to do it better. And the real competition is you. The real competition is you overcoming your old subconscious programming, telling you to remain in fear, telling you that the illusion is real. The temptation is always going to be there to go back to sleep. Based on what I'm seeing, I feel like you've had too much of a taste of real, of waking up in the dream. That Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, nothing, they're saying nothing less will do. You've seen what your Ten of Pentacles looks like. You've identified the parts of your life where you're not willing to settle. And in doing that, you put yourself in this position to receive it all. Like you have embraced, what do I want to say? They're just saying that the Ten of Pentacles is inside of you. That the devil energy and the moon energy is simply going to try to convince you that it's not. And that when you face fear, they want you to understand that that's all it is. Mally's itching, so she's shaking the camera. One moment. So when fear comes up, they just want you to get back into the hope side of things. They want you to see that it's just temporary illusion. I probably should move that. One moment. I feel like I got off connection when that happened. Just a sec. Outcome, we got Four of Cups, King of Cups. They're saying nothing less will do. Nothing less will do than King of Cups energy. King of Cups is someone who is grounded, who's centered. They have their head on straight. They're able to reel in their own emotions. They're able to be soft and open. They're able to kind of calm the waves. And Four of Cups is saying anything less than that is boring. That a previous version of you was so accustomed to that chaos cycle within relationship where there were these extreme highs and lows and this continuous, pulling apart and coming back together, that you've had your fill of it, that it bores you, that you see it for what it is, and that when you're in that type of dynamic, it is because of a lack of accountability to self, a lack of a commitment to heal and grow and reconnect, and that the outcome is going forward, that's not going to be the case anymore. That cycle is over. That you're embodying the King of Cups energy yourself. You're being the soothing, calming waters for you. And whatever you do, it's going to be, when I say successful, it doesn't mean like wealth. It means success in that it's going to feel good because you're setting the tone, you're setting the vibe, you're anchoring it in. And there was an aspect of you that used to anchor in just a little sprinkle of chaos, right? Keep things exciting. And you've grown bored of that type of behavior. No judgment. You love that aspect of you. You identify them for what they're doing, which is their best, their way of getting fed, their way of getting seen, their way of uh, of um, expressing their power. You don't need that part of you anymore. That part will always be there, but it's not going to be running the show. Okay. Do you want to do some clarifiers? Where did we begin? Oh, life's not a journey, silly. It's right here. That's where we begun. Where you're starting over. No, you're not starting over. You're starting from the awareness that you have all that you need. You're starting from the point of freedom without those burdens. You're starting from the place of a high priestess where you got this guiding light showing you the way. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. It's time. It's time. You couldn't stay stuck forever. Clarifying all this. What's made this happen? Three of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. What made this happen is you had to go through a little dark night of the soul. I don't say little dark night of the soul to be dismissive. I don't at all mean that. It's a painful chapter. It's this time of really going within, facing your own demons, sleepless nights, worry, And it seems like what you found in that was Three of Pentacles, that you have something to contribute, that you do want connection with other people, that you work best in connection with other people. And it feels like you're seeing not just what you're capable of, but others are seeing that too. What was crossing that energy? Oh, the little bit of fear wanted to come in and say, no, we're not going to be the star of our own show. Don't be too over the top. Eight of Swords, stay stuck. Just stay stuck. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but it's not bad, right? It's not that bad being stuck, not knowing what direction to go. That's the type of energy that you're going to be navigating as you embrace this new beginning. Is there was comfort in staying stuck. In staying stuck, you kind of just get to shrug, like, life's just dealing you a poor hand right now. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. But it it's because Spirit wants to know how you're going to play it. Can you make a good hand out of what we've given you? And there's going to be these moments of, but I don't want to. But I'm really tired from doing all this deep inner work and healing. And they're saying, Three of Swords, the world, when that feeling comes up, I'm tired, I don't want to. I don't want to step forward and being the main character. I don't want to take control of my own light. Heartache, what you're really saying is, I'm going to stay in this pain. And that's triggering. I hear people getting triggered by that. I'm not choosing this pain. No, you're not choosing the pain, but you're also not choosing to get out of the pain. You're also not choosing to let the chapter close. The pain doesn't just go away. You have to decide it so. You have to see that you've reached the end of that book. And they're showing it to me like, in staying the same, it's like you're rereading the last paragraph of this book. And you keep rereading it and keep rereading it and keep rereading it, wanting there to be a different ending. There is not a different ending. The ending is what was. You can't change it. You can't make it different. The story is written. Will you allow yourself the opportunity to start a new book? And in that new book, you're the star of the show. You're your own light. Will it feel scary? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to feel scary. But it's nowhere near the scariness of that chapter of the book where things got real dark. Those are two different scaries. Please do not choose the dark scary, the walking the line to death scary, simply because, well, you know how that chapter goes. Will you choose the scary where you're on a tightrope, and on the other side of it is absolute freedom, is the life that you've always wanted? It's going to be scary as you walk that tightrope, but it's a good scary. It's not that bathroom floor crying kind of scary. Choose the scary, but make sure you're choosing the scary that leads to something better. I feel like the energy is kind of all over the place. And they're saying, yeah, that's intentional, because what's happening right now is there is this weaving together the old you and the new you, that you're who you are, the previous versions of you, they don't disappear. You're not disconnecting from them. You're not dying. You're not laying them to rest. They are interwoven into who you are right now. Those aspects of yourself are coming along for the ride. But in the meantime, as you're shifting into a higher vibration, it does feel very in between worlds. And they're saying, they're wanting you to see it like a stitch, that every time you kind of dip down in vibration, they want you to see a needle where you're like tugging along and stitching together the different parts. That's all that is, that swing. And that don't allow that stitch back into the dark to stay there, or to lead you to think that you're not making progress forward. Well, let's clarify this Page of Wands, this new thing. Okay, let's give it a whirl. What's the new thing? Judgment, Four of Swords. Well, it's exciting, but it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Hear me out. The Judgment is freedom. The Judgment is just the release of everything that used to be, every attachment, every anything that keeps you tethered. The Judgment is a clean slate to just go forward. And it looks like the most important thing that they really want you to release judgment about is rest. You allowing yourself to actually rest. That they're saying there's so much that we want to give to you, and we can't give it to you because you won't sit still. And that even when you're sitting still up here in the mind space, your energy is down so many different timelines. You're creating in so many different tabs that they're not able to give you what they really want to give you. Can you please rest so that you can receive all that's trying to come in? Clarifying those tough choices, Death in reverse, and the Emperor. What died? Clarifying what died, we got Page of Swords and Seven of Cups. What died was caring what people were saying, making decisions based on what other people might gossip about it. You started making decisions just for you. Queen of Swords. Who is this Queen of Swords in reverse, feeling all sorts of things about you getting yours? Ace of Cups in reverse, the World in reverse, Three of Swords, King of Swords, Judgment in reverse, Four of Swords. Be careful that you don't villainize people that are, how do I want to say this? Be careful that you're not viewing other people in the game as a villain, when really what it is there's a lesson that they're working through. Make sure you're seeing people as the whole character that they are, and not just their behavior. Doesn't mean we allow disrespect, but we let them off the hook in the sense of, you can identify parts of yourself that used to be there too. And that's what this Queen of Pentacles in reverse is telling me. Coming out with Ace of Cups in the World in reverse, along with Three of Swords, This person has been deeply hurt. This person strives to find love for themselves. This person walks within a whole lot of judgment, expectation, and attachment. This person does not allow themselves the ability to rest. Their worth, their value is very much tied into to what they create, to what. Oh, just a minute. They're saying to what they can do. What their worth and value is tied to what they can do. There's an aspect of them that they're saying they ruthlessly defend their beliefs, their view of the world, their understanding of how things work. And you're not getting in line. You have, they're saying, totally abandoned they're showing their world in air quotes of you're stepping out of their rule system, and in their world that's a big no-no. Hopes and fears, we got 10 of swords in reverse, nine of swords at the bottom of the deck. There is this stubborn energy regarding pain and loss, regarding they're saying just stubborn darkness. There are times where you feel like this darkness, this pain is always going to be there. You can't seem to shake it. And what do you want? Where am I going with that? The Hermit in reverse, the Four of Wands. When that happens, when you're feeling like there's this darkness that it's been following you and you're never going to shake it, they're saying you've been in hermit mode for too long, that those types of energies are able to thrive when you're in isolation, and they want you to reconnect with Four of Wands. They want you to get together, have a reunion with people that celebrate you, and that is going to pull you through. The Moon at the bottom of the deck, these people that you feel called to reconnect with, to come out of the dark with, they're the ones that are able to like hold up a mirror and show you the light of yourself, and also hold up a mirror and show you the dark of yourself, and the parts of that darkness being an illusion. They're going to show you that that darkness is lying to you. They're suggesting that you have somebody where you're both in agreement of holding one another accountable. Clarifying that King of Cups energy, Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Going forward, truth and passion. You're choosing things that feel true to you, that light you up. Nothing else will do.